ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले स्वामिन्निधि नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तविंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमा शोके भक्तिर्भवती नैष्टकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। नमः पङ्कजनाभाय नमः पङ्कजमालिने नमः पङ्कजनेत्राय नमस्ते पङ्कजाङ्घ्रे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्णा
Krishna
कृष्णा
Krishna
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare Hare
हरे
Hare
राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा।
Hare Krishna.
So thank you very much, dear devotees, for your association. And I think there was some technical glitch in the beginning, so I apologize for that. But thank you for joining. Good evening to discuss Srimad Bhagavatam. So we continue to study from Srimad Bhagavatam. We are currently studying chapter 19 of Canto 1, which is the last chapter. And today we'll try to conclude this chapter because we want to start the second chapter, second canto next month. Hopefully, we should be able to complete this. Right. So let us get started with this. Okay. So this chapter is titled as the appearance of Sukdev Goswami. So I would like to, before we begin, I just want to pay my gratitude to all the devotees who I listen to and take inspiration from them, and requesting all of you to please pray for me so I can speak the right words at the right time so that it enhances our love for Radha and Krishna. हरे कृष्णा वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Hare Krishna. So, what we have seen so far earlier, that Parikshit Maharaj has been cursed to die within 7 days, right? That's what we saw. And he has no regret. He is not saying that why somebody cursed me, why my life has been shortened by so much. If we have been if we come to know that our life is shortened, or if we come to know definite time by when we leave this body, then we will have so much regret in our life, isn't it? We will think, oh, I should have gone there, I should have did this, I should have done this. So many thoughts will come in our mind. But Parikshit Maharaj, though he is a king of the whole world, he has no regret at all in his mind. No regret. So what we saw so far, we have gone till verse number 18. Today we'll be starting from verse number 19, right? So this chapter defines, as soon as Parishit Maharaj came to know what's happening, uh, that he is being cursed, what he is doing, that's what is going to be discussed here. So let's quickly recap the quick verses. So he started reflecting upon his act. So this is a difference between a, a person who is devotee and a person who is materialistic. That they reflect on the action that they have taken, and they feel that I have not done the right thing. If something bad is done, wrong is done, they immediately say that this is not the thing I should have done. If it is a materialistic people, they will say, yeah, they deserve it. Yeah, he did not, the sage did not respect me. I am such a great person. I went to his home, he did not even open his eyes. He should have welcomed me, given a glass of water. What did he? He was just doing in samadhi. What is that? They will justify. So normally the people will justify that act, right or wrong, right? But a devotee will always reflect that, did I do the right thing? No, I think that my behavior was unjust. I did not do that right. I was angry at the time. Though I was thirsty, but I did not see the sage is in trance. How can he see me? Immediately, this kind of reflection comes in a devotee's mind. That's exactly what happened in Parikshit Maharaj's mind, that what he did was not right. Right? So he started reflecting upon that. Then he says that because I did this wrong thing, I'm expecting something wrong is going to happen with me. Some calamity will come. Why? Let's think about this for a moment. Why would somebody think that let calamity come upon me? Now that's very serious thing. That okay, let some bad thing happen to me. People are thinking when bad thing happen, why good thing happens to bad people? Why bad thing happens to good people? That's a thinking that normally normal people have in this world, because everybody thinks I am a good person. I am doing all the good things. Why bad thing happening to me only? Oh, he is such a thief. But he's prospering. These are the thought goes into everybody's mind. Primary reason is that there is an envy, there is a jealousy. But here we see he's expecting that let the calamity come on him, because he says, I have committed a sin. I don't want to live with this burden. Let that calamity come and nullify my sin. That is his thought process. You see, normally general populace will try to avoid any kind of reaction. Like, if he just if he break a signal, we say that nobody should see me, no police, no camera, so I don't want to get a ticket. And that's the thought process, right? But here he's saying, I really committed a sin and let the calamity come on me. So that's his thinking, which is only a devotee can think like this, not an ordinary. This is not, it requires a lot of courage to do this. A lot of courage to do this. It's not easy, right? And then further, it's happening that let the fire of Brahmana wrath burn up. He's saying, let the Brahman who I insulted, let their anger burn me up. Burn me means let me get the reaction for what I did. So he's praying to let them say that, so that because when you do something wrong and somebody curses you, your wrong done doing is nullified. It goes away. So that's what he's saying that. So therefore, look at the consciousness of Parikshit Maharaj, how he is thinking, right? Then we saw that the blessing is, he thinks this is a blessings in disguise. And when he comes to know about the news that, oh, the Brahman boy has cursed you, oh, he feels happy. We will not feel happy if something like this happens in our life, but Parikshit Maharaj is a different level and he feels happy. This also means for all of us that whatever happens in our life, we should feel joyful. It may not be a very good, palatable news, but we should feel happy that it is Krishna's mercy. Krishna has given his hand in this, so it is always good for me. Now, this is difficult to understand, especially when we are going through a very difficult time in our life, right? Right now, this H-1B visa row is going on. The administrator is charging very hefty fees toward it. People are afraid what happens if I lose job. So many things are there. So if somebody loses a job, then what? It's very difficult because we are used to this lifestyle in the US. We are having so much earning. We have certain lifestyle. Now, if suddenly somebody has to go to India, then they will think what to do. You know, I remember once, this is many years ago. Many years means a couple of years when we were having, and Sri Ram Krishna Prabhu was there. He was mentioning, Prabhu, if I have so and so much money, I will go back to India and live there peacefully. So, there is already a mindset that if I have this, I will go there and then I don't have to regret. I'm not fixed here, right? I was talking to one of the uh, employee, one team member in our company, I was talking to him and I was mentioning about him. He said, yeah, no, Jay, what's the problem? If I, if I, if I'm, my visa is, I'll just go back to India. No, I don't want to live this permanently. So basically, we decided I want to live here permanently. That causes a pain. But if you are not attached to this place, then I can live anywhere and be happy. We are also attached to this material world. Therefore, living this world is becoming painful for us because we don't know where I will go. That confirmation is not there, right? So the more we attach to something, the separation will cause that much more pain. So we don't have to be attached. Wherever we are, we should do our bhakti very nicely. Then his conviction that, okay, this is perfect has come, and glory of the Ganges. Then he goes to the river Ganga. Jiv Goswami talks about Yamuna, but it's one and the same. And Ganga emanates from the Lord's feet, and Yamuna is where the Lord did his all wonderful pastimes. Right? So glory of Ganga is mentioned because Parikshit Maharaj goes there now. Right? Then Parikshit decides that I want to fast until I die. He decides to do that. And because of that, what happens? The great sages and thinkers arrived. As soon as Parikshit Maharaj thought, I want to give up my body, I will fast, all the great sages all came there. Now, this is all because of the providence, arrangement by providence. Nobody will think just like that, right? And let's think about it. I want to host Hari Katha in our home. Will somebody come here and start speaking? No, you won't. We are not at that level. But here, as soon as Parikshit Maharaj decided, all these arrangements were made. So we can understand that anything that happens, Krishna has his hand, right, to elevate our consciousness. So these are the things that we talk about. Then he welcomes all the sages who have come. He welcomes all of them, right? And then he feels very fortunate that I have 7 days to die. I have all the association of the wonderful devotees. He feels very happy about it. Then he appreciates the Lord's grace. Oh, Lord has given this grace. He is so merciful to me that he's arranged all these things. Parikshit Maharaj feels very happy about it. Then he wants to hear. He wants to hear something good from all the sages that were assembled there, right? Because he's submitting himself to all the wonderful devotees who have come. And then again we be very grateful. And then he's having three desires. What is that? He's saying attachment to the ultimate Lord Krishna. He wants that. He wants association with his devotees. And he wants friendly relations with all living beings. He has been doing this, but he still desires that this should happen in my life. He has been doing this. He's living life like this only. But he has these three desires. He puts this forward to the team, right? Then we saw some examples. So we'll not go there. Then all the demigods, they were very pleased that, okay, Parishit Maharaj has taken the right decision, right? They are all praising him. So now we'll go further from here. Okay, so now let's read these verses. Okay, so verse number 19. Chapter 19, verse 19. That's where we are going to start from. So I will recite these words, but then most of the verses will go in this tune. So now next verse onwards, some of you can recite, but just remember this tune that we are going to sing now. Maharshyo vai samupagataye prashasya sadvaitya anumodamana uchu prajanugrahashila sara yaduttama shloka gunabhirupam. Oh, sorry, I did not know this. Okay, yes. So let me read the translation also. Then next word onward, you all can read. All the great sages were assembled. So all the translation are purported by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. All the great sages who were assembled there also praised the decision of Maharaj Parikshit, and they expressed their approval by saying, "Very good, sadhu, sadhu," they are saying. Naturally, the sages are inclined to do good to common man, for they have all the qualitative powers of the Supreme Lord. Therefore, they were very much pleased to see Maharaj Parikshit, a devotee of the Lord, and they spoke as follows. Now, there is very wonderful point which is made here. Okay. Now, let's see. Purport is very beautiful. There are some important points which are made. It starts with an amazing point here, dear devotees. So let's read that. Prabhupada says, the natural beauty of a living being is enhanced by his rising up to the platform of devotional service. So, like a physical body's beauty is enhanced by wearing some ornaments, nice clothes, putting some nice tilak and all that. But look at how the living entity's beauty is enhanced. Now, this beauty is not physical beauty. Somebody is black, white, spotless body, not that beauty. Okay. This is the natural beauty. You know, when you see some, even if you see any devotee, devotee looks very beautiful. If you see our Guru Maharaj's, the ISKCON Guru work, they look so effulgent. Why? Because they are living such an austere life. They are following all the regulatory principles. They are always absorbed in Krishna. They are always here to enhance the spiritual journey for all the devotees who have taken shelter. They're always thinking of others. Therefore, they always have a very beautiful body. So he says that living entities, is enhanced by rising to the platform of devotional service. That means if you don't take to this, then it's definitely not worth living, right? So Maharaj Parikshit was absorbed in attachment for Lord Krishna. Seeing this, the great sages assembled were very pleased, and they expressed their approval by saying, "Very good." Now, what is the duty of a sage? Is mentioned there. Such sages are naturally inclined to do good to the common man. And when they see a personality like Maharaj Parikshit advance in devotional service, their pleasure knows no bounds, and they offer all blessings in their power. See, this is what happens when we become very sincere in our sadhana, when we become very sincere in the process, we will receive all the blessings from senior devotees. They will bless, okay, let him progress. They are not jealous, they are very happy. And therefore, whatever is there within their power, they will bless us with that. So when we see some devotee becoming very advanced because they get a lot of blessings. Why? Because they are very sincere, they are very humble, right? So we need not become envious of anyone. We should learn and say, I also want to become humble. Let me cultivate this quality, right? Let me serve the devotees. Let me be humble, and through which we can get blessing. And then what happens? Our spiritual journey becomes very, very smooth. So that's what is happening to Parikshit Maharaj. The devotional service of the Lord is so auspicious that all demigods and sages up to the Lord himself become pleased with the devotee, and therefore the devotee finds everything auspicious. So if you want everything auspicious, then what we need? We need blessings. We all need blessings. On our own strength, we cannot become advanced. Please remember this. Our own strength, we cannot become advanced. We certainly need a guidance. We certainly need blessings. And blessings can come by becoming very sincere in our process, in the vows that we have taken, and being very humble regardless of what happens in our life. Then we can become very advanced. So sages are only here to do good to the common man. Sages have no other business, no other business. If sages have anything else other than this, that means they are not on the spiritual platform. They are still on the material level. There are people who do a lot of, Hari Katha like this. They have big pandal, so many people comes and all that. And they demand so much money that I need so much money, then only I will do Hari Katha. And because they are popular, people pay, they come. But when they speak Bhagavatam, it doesn't yield a lot of benefit to the hearer because it is spoken for money. They want something. In India, earlier days, when they speak Harikatha, they have deities, they keep deities or a picture, and they also have the Srimad Bhagavatam copy wrapped in a cloth and put it there. And whoever comes, they will put some money on that. So he is the speaker of the Bhagavad Gita. He is constantly looking at how much money has come. His interest is not in speaking Harikatha. He's looking at how much has come. If somebody gives uh, a small donation, then he feels, only this much. And somebody gives big, he feels happy. So this is how the Harikatha happens. This kind of Harikatha has no value. It does not yield benefits to the hearer. It's very difficult. So therefore, we should not, all the sages should actually be working for uplifting the humanity and their consciousness. This is the primary job of that, right? So we should make sure that we go with such devotees and not ordinary people. Okay, so let's go to verse number 20. I want somebody volunteer to read this the way. So here is appreciation by the sages happening on him. Who would like to read this
Hare
verse?
Krishna Prabhu, can I read?
Yes, Rasraj Gopal Guru, please continue.
न वा इदं राजर्षिवर्यचित्रं भवत्सु कृष्णं समानुवर्तेषु ये ध्यानसनं राजकिरीटजुष्टं साध्यो जहुर्भगवत्पार्वशकामः. Translation. The sages said, O chief of all the saintly kings of the Pandu dynasty, who are strictly in the line of Lord Sri Krishna, it is not at all astonishing that you give up your throne, which is decorated with the helmets of many kings, to achieve eternal association with the personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Rasraj Gopal Guru. So here, see what is sages are saying. Sages are saying that you are in the Pandu dynasty, right? And it is not at all astonishing for them. Why? Because all other dynasty holders, they gave up their kingship just like that. Like Yudhishthira Maharaj, he could have still continued to rule because he was fit. He has no problem. But he gave it up. He's saying, okay, I did it enough. Now it will go to Parikshit Maharaj. Let Parikshit take care of it. And he gave it to Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj also, as soon as he came to know, okay, I'm about to leave. Okay, let me give it to Janmejay. Janmejay will take care. So there is no attachment to their positions. In today's world, unfortunately, that's how Srila Prabhupada writes a purport that foolish politicians who hold political administrative posts think that the temporary posts they occupy are the highest material gain of life. And therefore, they stick to those posts even up to the last moment of life. This is a problem because everybody hold on to the post until they are thrown out. Think, okay, now you are no longer required. They wait for that insult to come in their life to leave. No, we should proactively, as the time comes by, we should say, okay, I'm leaving, you all take care of it. And then don't think what's happening. If we have given sufficient training to our team members and people and our family member, then we need not worry. That's how the Varnashram system has been made. Varnashram system, when especially happens after 50 years, it is Vanaprastha. So now, right now, there is no Vanaprastha, there is no forest available. Or even if it is there, we don't go to that, right? Vanaprastha means that I am now retiring from my duties and I'm passing on my responsibilities to my son, my children. Let them take care of it. Since I have given them full training, I have full faith in them. Let them do whatever they like. They will follow my instructions. Once that is done, then I'm just busy in devotional service, nothing else. That's how the Vanaprastha comes in, because we are not attached to our service. We continue to live in the family, but we are detached with our responsibilities, right? At least after retirement, one should follow this, because sometimes we may not be able to do it immediately at the age of 50, as prescribed in the Shastra, but we can at least do it once our responsibility is over. The daughter or sons are married off, and now we have finished all the household duties. Now we have savings. Now we want to retire. Then saving is, we sometimes think that until I have $1-2 million in my account, I cannot retire. That much money is not needed, right? If we go back to India, we can live in a very nicely in whatever amount that we have today. But people wait for that to come, and then it never comes to an end. We continue to work forever. So therefore, all the sages are praising that there is no surprise that you are giving up like this because you are in the dynasty. This is such a wonderful act, you can say, about a compliment given to Parikshit Maharaj. And same thing is there. The example is given by Srila Prabhupada ji in the purport, comparing the Prahlad Maharaj, right? So Prahlad Maharaj, while praying to Narasimha Dev, said, "Oh my Lord, I am very much afraid of the materialistic way of life, and I am not at the least afraid of your present ghastly, ferocious feature as Narasimha Dev." He says, "I am more afraid of my material life, because if I get into material life, I don't know what body I'm going to get, what I'm going to do. Will I be able to continue my devotional service?" These are the fear. But today, 99.99% of the people, they are in full into material life, fully. They have no idea about how to elevate their consciousness. It's so difficult, right? So, but Parikshit Maharaj is not like. So therefore, when we read this character, these scriptures, we get inspiration that how we should live our life. If we have a material attachment, slowly by reading, by trying to implement these qualities, slowly they will also fade, right? So that's what we should be thinking and doing it. So when we want to liberate from the materialistic way of life, we should take to the devotional service. Sometimes this knowledge comes very late in our life, and that's too late, too late. But if we know it now, then we should just try to implement that. That's what is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada in the purport, right? Now, here, look at the one point which is mentioned here. In whichever species of life I have taken birth, compelled by the force of my own activities, I have very painfully experienced two things, namely separation from my beloved and meeting with what is not wanted. So when we continue to enjoy materialistic life, then these things are going to come. We are going to go away from Krishna, right? And I'm getting what I don't want, meaning I'm getting wealth, fame, all these things. But this is not something I want, because as a jiva, what I want to go back, which I'm not getting. I'm going away from them. So these are the things which happens with the materialistic people. But because they are unaware, they don't have this understanding, they live in the ignorance, and they leave the body also in such ignorance. But when we come to know that this is the highest perfection of our life, then we should stick to that, strive for it, put an endeavor to do that. That's what we should always be doing that. And then in the next paragraph, Prabhupada glorifies the Pandavas and dynasty. So you may please read that. We'll continue, go to the next verse. Okay. So decision, what the sages are deciding now? What sages are deciding? Let's see. Okay, who would like to recite this verse? Chalo, Jai Shri Radhe.
कलेवरं यावदसो विहाय लोकं परं लोकं परं वीरजस्तं विशोकं यास्यत्ययं भागवत प्रदानम्. We shall all wait here until that foremost devotee of the Lord, Maharaj Pariksit, returns to the supreme planet, which is completely free from all mundane contamination and all kinds of lamentation.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Jai Shri Radhe. So here what's happening? All the devotees, all the saintly persons who assemble there, they decided that we are going to now stay here. But Parikshit Maharaj is going to leave in 7 days. We will also not go from here. We will also stay there only. This is in material world also we see this, right? If somebody is leaving, like in earlier days, it used to happen that if somebody from India is going abroad, like going to London, New York, or anywhere, the whole family will be there at the airport to see him off, isn't it? And there are so many people That person, the one person is going, there are 10, 15 people who have come to see him off, saying that, oh, he's going. And they wait till the flight even takes off. There was so much rush, in Mumbai, I remember when I was to work there, that they had to allow the entry by paying some fees, that you have to pay so much fees, then you can enter the airport. And now they don't even allow, right? Because if they allow, then there are so many. But if you see today, even outside the airport, before you enter the airport, sometimes so many people, and they are giving garland to that person who's going to leave for other country. So much is there. So here also you can see, but that is at a materialistic level place. But here, at a spiritual level, what they are saying, all the sages, we will not leave until Parishit Maharaj goes back to Godhead. Such an amazing decision they are making. So we know that Parishit Maharaj did not eat, sleep, or drink water for 7 days. So question may come, what happens to the sages? Did they also took break? So we have heard in Hari Katha that everybody fasted. Everyone fasted. Who were in the assembly, everybody fasted. They did not eat, drink, or sleep. So that was a determination they all had, right? And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada makes beautiful points. So let's go through those things. Prabhupada says that there are Vaikuntha planets, and they are all given the name. So Vaikuntha begins after material world is over. There is a Virja river. Beyond the Virja river is all Vaikuntha planet. So even Golok Vrindavan comes within the realm of Vaikuntha, but it is given a specific name. This is the Golok Vrindavan. And there are, you can see, Purushottam Shloka, Achyuta Loka, Trivikram Loka. So all the different names of the Krishna that he has got, every lok there is a present in the spiritual world, right? So Vaikuntha is one, but it's a place. It's a huge place within which these planets are there, right? They all known as different names of Krishna. So that's what we can see here. And of course, Krishna's own abode is called Golok Vrindavan. So Prabhupada says that all the living entities there are liberated souls with spiritual bodies as good as of the Lord. So when we go to the Vaikuntha or spiritual world, then only liberated souls live there, and they have body as good as the Supreme Person, right? So this is how we can get the body of Krishna. We all can become like him. Of course, we'll have a lesser quantity of qualities what he has got, but we can get the body. We talk about the different muktis that devotees get, right? Sarupya. Sarupya means same type of body. Same type of body. And Salokya means we can live in the same planet, right? Samipya, we can live with the Lord. So Samipya, Sarupya, Salokya, Srasti, there are different types of liberation that one get. But we are not interested as a sadhak, and we are not interested in liberation. We want to serve Radha and Krishna, right? And there is no contamination, nothing is there, right? There is no contamination there. And so question may come, where did Parikshit Maharaj go? So Prabhupada clarifies this point here in the purport. He says that Maharaj Parikshit was destined to achieve this particular loka, which was at Golok Vrindavan. And the great rishis assembled there could foresee this. So they could see that Parikshit Maharaj is going to go to Golok Vrindavan, not to any other Vaikuntha. So we can see that Parikshit Maharaj actually went back to Godhead. He went there, right? So yes, great devotees, they come to know. Once yeah. So once there was one devotee in Pune. Now it's about 23, 24-year-old girl who had some disease, right? And then she was fully absorbed in Krishna conscious activity, chanting around, listening, doing her deity worship at home and all that. And she was fully into that. When she left the body, our Guru Maharaj said she went back to Godhead. So her mother told, thank you for the kind words. And Maharaj said, no, I really meant that she went back to Godhead. So that means she really went. So, pure devotee, advanced devotee can see where our destination is. They can talk about it, right? So here sages are also seeing that, okay, he's going to go back to Golok Vrindavan because they are advanced. They can see this, where he's going to go, right? Okay. And because of all these reasons, the sages decided to stay there. Okay, we want to be there and we want to hear the Harikatha. All right, let's go to the next verse. This is also sage's decision. All right, who would like to recite this verse? Again, same meter that we are reading so far. Sure.
I can try it.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay. Astrujatad Rishigana Vacha Parikshit Samam Maruchud Garu Chavalikam Abbasat Tainan Abhinandya Yuktan Shushamanash Sharitani Vishnu. Vishnu. Yeah, that was probably messed
That
that
was
up.
good. Good.
Okay.
Yeah, at least trying. You're trying.
Yes.
Which is good.
That first line, it seemed like it had too many syllables in it.
Yes, it is like that.
Yeah. All that was spoken by the great sages was very sweet to hear, full of meaning and appropriately presented as perfectly true. So, after hearing them, Maharaj Parikshit, desiring to hear of the activities of Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, congratulated the great sages. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now Parikshit Maharaj, he wanted to hear the activities of the Lord, right? So he congratulated all the sages, said, thank you for making the decision that you want to stay here. He's acknowledging that this is the right thing to do. This is what happens when we want to attend Harikatha and all that, we go there. It's the right thing to do. Instead of going for a baseball game or a football game or a movie, we go to hear Harikatha, which is good, right? So that's how this has been acknowledged. All right, let's go to the next verse.
I can try, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead.
Samagata sarvata eva sarve veda yata murti dara stri priste nehata namurta shakashanatha rite panaro garam atma shilam. I guess was close, I guess, Prabhu.
No, it was close. Yes, that's nice.
Translation. The king said, O great sages, you have all very kindly assembled here, having come from all parts of the universe. You are all as good as supreme knowledge personified, who resides in the planet above the three worlds, Satyaloka. Consequently, you are naturally inclined to do good to others, but for this, you have no interest, either in this life or in the next. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So again here, Parikshit Maharaj is thanking all the assembled devotees, all the sages. And he says, you all are living on a different planets, Satyaloka and all that, right? And he's saying that you are naturally inclined to do good to others. They're always inclined. The devotees are always inclined to do good to others. They don't want to do anything bad for them, right? And you have no interest in anything other than that, either in this life or next life. Because we know those who live in Satyaloka will also have to leave the body once, whenever that happens, right? So, what is in the purport? There is one very beautiful point which is mentioned by Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada says that they are practically desireless devotees. They have no desire. Like Prahlad Maharaj, when he was asked for ask anything you want, what he said? Please take away my desire to have desire. He says, completely uproots my desires. This is how the sages are. Practically no desire at all, right? Completely desireless. Now think of this kind of situation. It is like very tall order, very tall order. But we all have gone through this kind of situation. At least for some time, we have lived desireless, right? When we are hearing very nice katha, we are very in association of advanced devotee, we are actually desireless. We have no other desire, like we don't have material desire coming in that mind. So we have to identify in what situation we are getting materialistic desire, and we can try to fulfill or fill that space, that time, with something spiritual, so that desires go away, right? And here we are talking about desire to enjoy the senses. That is what is being spoken about. Okay, so yeah. Then the question may come, then why these sages come to this mundane world? If there is no desire, why do these sages come to mundane world? The Prabhupada gives the answer here, and that's very beautiful. They descend to different planet as Masihas by the order of the Lord to deliver the fallen souls. Like, you know, uh, Muhammad came, right? He came, then Jesus came. They came on the order of the Lord, right? So that they can guide the 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 people of this earth who have no idea what to do. They are completely bewildered, they are confused, they have no idea how to live life, they just want to enjoy in this material world. So these Masihas, they come to give them hope, give them direction, so they all can eventually go back to Godhead. That's the whole thing, right? Prabhupada writes that they have nothing to do in this world save and accept, reclaim the fallen souls rotting in material existence, diluted by material energy. So they have only one thing. When they come, they don't look at qualification, disqualification, nothing of that. They just try to take them back. Like, if the building has a fire, okay, if the firefighter comes, will they see who is qualified, who is not qualified? No, they will take everybody down. Come on, let's evacuate the building because there's a fire. They don't look at it. Similarly, these masihas who come, they don't look at qualification, disqualification. They just give. Like, what did Mahaprabhu say? तारे कहो जारे कहो जारे कहो तारे कहे Krishna Upadesh. Everybody, tell everyone, whoever you meet, just give them Krishna Upadesh. So we should keep telling this message to anyone. There is no qualification, disqualification for it. The qualification is that, yeah, once you hear this, you will come here. But regardless of that, they come or not, because that is their karma, their decision. But we should at least put our effort, right? So we are going to do, Archana Mataji is joined. So I'll just say that again. For every 7 day, every week, we are going to talk to at least one person about Krishna consciousness. So that's a challenge we have taken for 1 year now. So by the end of next September, each one of us would have spoken to at least 52 different, 52 unique persons. 50 unique person. That can be in our office colleague. It can be in a mall where we meet someone. It can be in our community, our neighbors. It can be our relative, anyone, right? Speak to one person in 1 week. So that's a challenge all of us will go through. So please implement this. If you want to go more, do that, but don't do zero. We have to do at least one a week. You're free to do more than one, but minimum is one. That must be done. So please take this challenge, and everyone spread this message to anyone who meet. Okay, so that's the challenge we have taken, and I'm not going to ask, but you all will make note that how many people you met, what happened. It is for your own understanding that what am I doing? Am I becoming better in convincing people about this philosophy? It will automatically, Krishna will help you, I'm telling you. Right? Krishna will help. See, many times these book distributors go out and all that. Then one thing is required is do good sadhana, do your nice japa, then go out and distribute. And we don't have to wait. Krishna will send people to get the books. The people will come and say, I want this book. Or you give and say, yeah, I was looking for this. This will happen. Now, is it because of our effort? Do you think that? No. How could somebody just come and approach us and say, I was looking for this book? How is that? It is arranged, but we are just becoming an instrument in Krishna's service. So this is what is required. We just have to stand. with the book, and people will come and take it. So let's do this, that 1 week, one person. Okay. So let's take up this challenge. So we all would have collectively, met at least 300, 400. It's so amazing. I will be very thrilled to see so many people have been met. And even if 10% of them get to Krishna consciousness, we talk about 30, 40 people, like a whole Bhakti Vriksha. It's so beautiful. So let's keep doing it. All right, let's go to next verse, number 24. Okay, who would like to recite? Who has not done so far? Ashna Mataji, like to recite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead.
ततश्च व प्र- ततश्च ततश्च व पृच्छयाम इमं विप्रचे
Go ahead.
विप्रा इति कृत्ययात्यां सर्वात्मना म्रियमाणेश्च कृतं शुद्धं च तत्र भृष्यताभियुक्तः. Hare Krishna. Translation.
O trustworthy Brahmanas, I now ask you about my
Immediate duty.
immediate duty. Please, after proper deliberation, tell me the unalloyed duty of everyone in all circumstances, and specifically of those who are just about to die.
Jai. Thank you, Mahi. Very nice. Haribo. Thank you. So now what's happening? Here, he is asking about his immediate duty. Okay, so what are we asking? He's asking two questions in this verse. He's asking two. What is the question? What is the duty of everyone in all circumstances? So what we should be doing in all circumstances. And second question, what is the duty of a person who is about to die? Who is about to die? These are the two questions Parishit Maharaj is asking all the sages. And he will also ask the same question to Sukadeva Goswami when he comes there. Because he wants to get the real answers. Sages are not responding, but they will get answers there. Right? So he's asking these very, very important questions. So when we ask the right question, then we get the right direction. If our questions are inappropriate, then also we will not get the right direction, right? So therefore, the asking right question is very important. And we got to know, we learn the art of asking question by reading, by hearing, and all that. So we should always hear attentively so we can ask the right question. Sometimes speaker is speaking something and people ask some completely irrelevant question, which is not even connected to the subject matter, right? That means they are not even hearing it. One should hear it very nicely. That's what Parishit Maharaj is doing. He is very inquisitive and asking, said, tell me, what should I do? Sukadeva Goswami has not come yet. Okay, remember, Sukadeva Goswami has not come. He'll come shortly, but he has not come. But Parishit Maharaj is asking all these questions. So that's what is coming here. Okay. So let's go to the next. Yeah, now Sukadeva Goswami is coming. So Sukadeva Goswami is arriving now. Okay, who would like to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I'll try.
Yes, Father, please go.
Tatra bhavan vyasaputro yatshayagam tam atmano napaksha alakshyalingo nijalabhatushto vratascha baler avadhuta. Translation. At that moment there appeared the powerful son of Vyasadeva, who travelled over the earth, disinterested and satisfied with himself. He did not manifest any symptoms of belonging to any social order or status of life. He was surrounded with women and children, and he dressed as if others had neglected him. Hare.
Now Sukadeva Goswami has come. And he's the son of Vyasadeva ji. And he's traveling all around the earth, completely uninterested in himself. He's not interested, right? And he's happy in whatever he has. And what is mentioned, he's been surrounded with women and children. So somebody might ask, why is surrounded with women and children? So they're actually chasing him and teasing him. Why? Because we'll read further that he's moving around by wearing nothing. So obviously when they see it, the people think he's like a mad person, right? He's like a madman. But he's not. He's not identifying himself with the body. He's not. Right? That's the reason he is able to move like that and still remain completely undisturbed. Because if somebody moves like that, they cannot remain completely undisturbed. Right? This is a very, very, very important point which is here. Now, it is mentioned in the purports by Srila Prabhupada that Sukdev Goswami was already a devotee. He is actually a devotee from the beginning. Why? Because Vyasadevji himself spoke Bhagavatam to him. So he need not have to go through the formal process of becoming a devotee. So he was already self-made a devotee because he went through the process of his father. So Prabhupada says that it appears that upon the inquiry of Maharaj Parishit, the great sages were not unanimous in their decision as to what was to be done. So when Parishit Maharaj asked these questions, right? Not everybody were on the same page. They have a discussion that what should I do? Then depending on different person's consciousness, they had different opinion what you should do, right? They all were discussing, but they did not reach to a conclusion that this is exactly what Parikshit Maharaj should do. Because if you see in Bhagavatam, Canto 2 onwards till 12th Canto is going to answer these two questions. Anything that we read, if you see them, they'll be revolving around these two questions. All the stories that comes in Bhagavatam, everything will revolve around these two questions. If you try to correlate this, then you will see that it is exactly what it is. So imagine just to understand these two questions, we have to read so much. But if you understand by reading little bit, our life is perfected. But in Kali Yuga, because we have limited intelligence, we have to read so much to get the crux of the understanding. But if you see our Bhagavatam, from second canto onwards till the last canto, which is 12th, it is going to answer these two questions in giving a lot of stories, narrations, and all that. So therefore, since there was no agreement on what Parishit Maharaj should do at this time, right? Sukdev Goswami has come to clarify this. He is not answering that yet, but he will answer shortly. But that's what Sukdev Goswami has come. Like Prabhupada gives a very wonderful example so that we can understand. Like, doctor, they also differ. Like if you go with the same symptom and tell one doctor, I'm having this problem, he will prescribe something. If you go to another doctor, he will also hear you, but he will prescribe something else. Because they have a different understanding, they have a different level of experience, so they can prescribe different medicine according to this, right? So that's what is happening. The sages are not on the same page in telling, because Parikshit Maharaj asked question, they also want to help him what they should do, but they are not on the same page. So that's what is happening here. Right?
Prabhu?
Yes.
So the sages not being on the same page, is that because some of them might be promoting bhakti yoga, some karma yoga, some jnana yoga? Or those are all valid paths, right?
All valid paths, but yes, exactly. Okay. They are all valid paths, but because the highest is bhakti yoga, and that's what everybody should be doing. So look at this, like, if the specific duty of one who is about to die, so only bhakti yoga can save him, no other yoga, because other yoga can take so long to even achieve perfection. But in bhakti yoga, if somebody like Ajamil who just chanted Narayan and his life was saved, then he did bhakti yoga for another 10, 12 years, and then he went back to Godhead, right? So bhakti yoga is the only process which can work spontaneously. No other yoga can work. Because Krishna says, And in Bhagavatam also says, the perfection of life is what? Ante Narayana Smriti. We should remember the Krishna. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, if you remember me by the time of leaving the body, then you will come to me. So that's only Bhakti Yoga can give you this perfection. No other yoga can give. Therefore, one should be doing, yes.
Sorry, last question, Prabhu. And so when we say Bhakti Yoga, it's implied it's to Krishna. But when you say, if you were talking to non-ISKCON devotees and you say Bhakti Yoga, is it still understood that we're talking about Bhakti to Krishna?
No, that's not. So Bhakti Yoga, devotional service is only unto the Vishnu. Vishnu
Okay.
means Krishna, Vishnu, Narayan. That is the ultimate yoga.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Because Bhakti Yoga is for the Bhagavan. And who is Bhagavan? Krishna is Bhagavan.
Huh.
If you look at in Bhagavad Gita, nowhere it is mentioned Krishna Uvacha. It is mentioned Bhagavan Uvacha. So
right.
it is
Yeah.
it is reason why it is written like that, because in a Kali Yuga, people might think it is Krishna speaking. But if they say it's Bhagwan speaking, and then say who is speaking, it's Krishna. So that means it is confirmed that Krishna is Bhagwan.
Okay.
If you say Krishna speaks and then we say Krishna is Bhagwan, they say no, how can you say this? It's not correct. But if you say otherwise, like okay, Bhagwan Vacha, and say who is Bhagwan? Okay, Krishna is speaking. So that means Krishna is Bhagwan.
Okay.
That's easy correlation that can be made. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is written like that Bhagwan Vacha. Everywhere else you'll see names are taken. Sanjay Uvacha, Arjun Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. But in Krishna, it's always Bhagwan Uvacha. Anywhere you see. In Bhagavatam also you will see it's called Bhagwan Uvacha.
Okay.
So that's what is happening here. Okay, so let's go to the next verse. Verse number 20 is 20. So two verses are going to describe the bodily feature of Sukadeva Goswami. So we'll quickly go through that. Okay, who would like to recite? Okay, I will recite. Then
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna,
yes.
Prabhu.
Vishaka Mata.
Yes.
Yeah, please go ahead. Hare Krishna, we are not over here, Mata. You are there? Did you mute? Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhu.
And now we can hear you. Please.
Okay. Should I read it again, Prabhu?
Yeah, we didn't hear anything. So can you?
Oh, Rama. Okay. I will read it again.
Okay.
Tam dvyashtavarsham sukumarapadakaruru bahvam sakapolagatram charvayatakshonnasatulyakarna subhvananam kambusujatakantham. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Yeah.
This son of Vyasadeva was only 16 years old. His legs, hands, thighs, arms, shoulders, forehead, and the other parts of his body were all delicately formed. His eyes were beautifully wide, and his nose and ears were highly raised. He had a very attractive face, and his neck was well formed and beautiful like a conch shell. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Vishaka Mata. So here the bodily features are described. Now Sukadeva Goswami is mentioned to be only 16 years old. 16 years. And all the sages who are sitting in the assembly, they all are very old, from the age point of view. They're very advanced in their age. But Prabhupada makes a very wonderful point in the purport. He says that a person is honored for his achievement and not for advanced age. Right? Now, we respect a lot of young devotees who are very advanced, not because they are young, but because they are spiritually advanced. So, age-wise, we may have, we have lived 50 years, 40 years and all that, but younger than us, maybe one who is spiritually more advanced, then we should definitely respect him, right? If you look at Amaranda Prabhu, for example, he's like 30 years, right? But obviously he's younger than all of us, but we still pay respect to him because he's spiritually more advanced, right? So here Sukadeva Goswami He's just 16 years, just a young boy, and we think, oh, who is this boy, right? But when he speaks, then we know that, okay, he's very advanced. So that's what is mentioned here. Okay, let's go to verse number 27.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes, Veena Mata, please go ahead.
निगूढजात्रं पृथुतुङ्गवक्षसम् आवर्तनाभिं वलिवगुद्धरं च दिगम्बरं वक्त्र विकर्णक्षेमं प्रलम्बबाहुं स्वमरोत्तमभां. Translation. His collarbone was fleshy, his chest broad and thick, his navel deep, and his abdomen beautifully striped. His arms were long, and curly hair was shriven over his beautiful face. He was naked, and the hue of his body reflected that of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So his bodily features are mentioned, right? And body hue was like Krishna's body, like blackish blue.
Bluish.
That was bluish black or blackish blue. That's what he was carrying, right? So this is the bodily feature of Sukadeva. He comes there on the spot. So now let's see what happens next. Honorable receptions. He's being welcomed very nicely. So here, okay. Okay, you want to say?
Shyam Sadachivayoni Nigarlakshmyam Strinam Manojnam Ruchirasmitena Pratyuthitaste Munayasva Swasnebhyas Talalakshalapi Udavachasam. Translation. He was blackish and very beautiful due to his youth, because of the glamour of his body and his attractive smile. He was pleasing to women, though he tried to cover his natural glories. The great sages present there were all the expert in the art of physiognomy, and so they honor him by rising from their seats.
Hare Krishna. So, yeah, so here Sukadeva Goswami has come. Everybody rose from their seat, welcome him, paid obeisances, right? And like that. So the advanced sages will immediately come to know who is advanced, who is a normal person and all that. So when we go in front of our Guru Maharaj will also come to know how good is our sadhana. Immediately they come to know. They may not tell us directly, we may not be able to take that, but they know it, who we are, at what level we are. They know it because they have been absorbing Krishna. Krishna gives them that intelligence that at least they should be able to identify. Especially, that is one quality is there in all the Matajis, when they see a person who is not who is lusty and all that, they immediately come to know. Mataji has that sixth sense, I would say, something like that. The girls, they come to know about this, and we can teach them, our children, that when you get this kind of sense that you are not feeling safe and all that, just move away from that place. It's very important for them. So this kind of indication Krishna has given. All the intelligence comes in our mind, especially to women. This has been given, so that they can protect themselves from such situations. So this is there in all the girls and Matajis. Okay, let's go to the next verse. Parshit is bowing down his head to welcome him. So let's go read this verse. I'll read this if nobody is there. Savishnurato tithaya gataya tasmai spriyam sirasa jahara tato nivritya abudha striyorpaka mahasane sopavivesha pujitaha. Translation. Maharaj Parikshit, who is also known as Vishnu Raj, one who is always protected by Vishnu, bowed his head to receive the chief guest, Sukdev Goswami. At that time, all the ignorant women and boys ceased following Srila Sukdev. Receiving respect from all, Sukdev Goswami took his exalted seat. So, as we just read earlier, that he is being followed by all the women and boys, right? Because they thought he is like a madman. Right? They did not understand who he is. So this is what happens with materialistic people. They, when they see sages and all that, they think he's like a fraud. He's like this and that. They cannot understand who they are. But here, as soon as Sukdev Goswami bowed down, they realized that this is not somebody ordinary person, and they went back. But Sukdev Goswami bowed down to welcome him. This is what usually a devotee does. That whenever they see an advanced devotee, immediately we should bow down to them. Any senior devotee comes in, immediately we should bow down, right? And should be given a special seat. Like when we have some devotee coming in our home, what we do, we prepare a nice ashan for them. That okay, you will come here, sit. It's a nice, clean cloth, washed, fresh cloth. Put a cushion so that they feel comfortable, having water there, water bottle, and all that. Why it is done? In a respect, right? As soon as uh, the advanced devotee comes or speaker comes, they are given this respect. So this is etiquette that one should follow. Okay. Let's continue the next verse. Okay, would like to recite this verse?
I can go, Prabhu.
Yes, Archanavadi, please go ahead.
संवृतस्तत्र महानमहियंसां ब्रह्मर्षिराजश्रीदेवा श्रीसङ्गे व्यरोचतालं भगवान् यथेन्दु ग्रहक्षतारा निकरे हि परितः. Translation. Sukdev Goswami was then surrounded by saintly sages and demigods, just as the moon is surrounded by stars, planets, and other heavenly bodies. His presence was gorgeous and he was respected by all. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. So here we can see in a very beautiful, see, this is a very poetic way of explaining something. He's saying he was just like a moon surrounded by the stars and planets and other heavenly bodies. So when you see moon, we always see all the different planets. If the sky is clear, we can see a lot of stars and all that. So they are considered saying that Sukdev Goswami is like a moon in a dark sky, and all the sages were like stars, right? So his magnanimity is being explained through this analogy. And here,
Come here.
he's been, look at this, he's not known as Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, or Devarshi, right? Nor was he an incarnation like Narada, Vyas, or Parshuram, and yet exalted them in respect paid. So he was not known as Brahmarshi, Rajarshi, Devarshi, no. But still he got the same respect that somebody will give to Narad Muni, to give it to Vyasdev. So we can see that though he was not known, he had that capacity, he had that qualities that he got that respect, right? So that's what Prabhupada is trying to tell us, that the devotee of the Lord is more honored in the world than the Lord himself. Is always the case. Devotee of the Lord is more honored than the Lord himself. And Lord becomes very happy when that happens. Lord becomes very happy. That's why approaching Krishna cannot be done directly. We have to go through a guru, bona fide guru, then guru will take us to Krishna. If we try to approach Krishna, many years will pass. We cannot get. Like for example, this Lakshmi ji is trying to enter the Rasa Leela, and she is doing bhajan, so much bhajan she is doing in Vrindavan, but she is not getting entry. Why? Because Lakshmi ji is like, I am Lakshmi. She has that pride, subtle pride that I am Lakshmi. Now, if she wants to enter Rasila, then what happens? She has to become take the Gopipa. Gopipa is serving the Srimati Radharani. So she is not able to develop that. She says, I will go enter on my own. I will do my tapasya and then I'll go. That's why she is tapasya for millions of years, but she is not able to enter the Rasa Leela. So if you want to approach Krishna, we may do tapasya for millions of years. We will not get Krishna. We may get Lord Brahma, Shiva and all that. But if you want to go to Krishna, then we have to serve a devotee. When devotee files a petition for us, then we can go and meet Krishna. This is very important point. We should never do tapasya to please Krishna. That will not get pleased. We should do something that will please the devotee. When the devotee blesses, then pray, then we can get. So therefore, when our Guru says something, we read that in our uh, Vaishnava etiquette yesterday, right? How to deal with the Guru. When Guru tells, this is what, then that word becomes full and final for us. Nothing changes. That's the word. His instructions are final, and we should just follow that. Therefore, before we go and approach our Guru, we have to be very clear what I want to ask. Because once Guru tells something and we are not ready for that, then that becomes a very shock, or then we feel, what should I do now? We get very confused. So we should have very clear clarity in our mind and full surrender to our Guru, that whatever my Guru will tell, I will do that. So this is very important. Even if one has to give up his body for the sake of Guru's pleasure, one should be ready to do that. I'm not saying Guru will ask for this, but I'm saying to that extreme, to make you understand that how firm we should be in our conviction that this is my Guru and I'll follow him 100%. That should be done all the time. Okay, so let's continue further. Anyone like to recite?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Mother, please go ahead.
प्रशान्तमासीनमकुण्ठमेधसं मुनिं नृपो भागवतोऽभ्युपेत्य प्रणम्य मूर्ध्ना वहितकृताञ्जलिः नत्वा गिरासूनृतयान्वपृच्छत्. Translation. The sage Srila Shukadeva Goswami sat perfectly pacified, intelligent, and ready to answer any question without hesitation. The great devotee Maharaj Parikshit approached him, offered his respects by bowing before him, and politely inquired with sweet words and folded hands. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So we can see Sukadeva Goswami is said very confidently. So, okay, any answer you want, I will answer that. It's because he had all the knowledge. He has a full knowledge, and that's what he is having that confidence. And how did Parikshit Maharaj approach him? He approached him with sweet words and folded hand. That means he became very humble. So we should approach our Guru also with submissiveness. We should have the submissiveness to approach a Guru. Therefore Prabhupada writes in the purport that the scriptural injection is that one should humbly approach a spiritual master to understand the transcendental science. This is important. And we should not go to Guru for asking for any material related questions. Guru Maharaj, should I do this job? Should I invest here? Should I take this plot? This kind of question comes, and we should not go to Guru for this kind of things. That's not correct. Why we want to go and waste his time in asking which job should I take? Should I do this? Should I do that? Guru is not for that. We should ask Guru through which he will answer, which will help us perfect our life. Changing job is not going to perfect our life. Changing job is not going to perfect our life. We think that, by getting a nice job will perfect our life. No, that's not going to happen. It is very sad that in this world, including some devotees, they still want to go after materialistic life and say, when I have this money, I will probably be able to do nice bhakti and I'll perfect my life. It doesn't happen that way. We can only perfect our life by following the instruction of Guru Maharaj and doing the right thing as mentioned in the scriptures. Anything we are going away from scripture, we cannot perfect our life. Not possible. See, Prabhupada writes in the purport, there is no necessity of approaching a spiritual master unless one is to need of solving the problems of life. If you have problems of life, then we should go, not like this, which job should I take and all that. That's not we should do. One who does not know how to put questions before the spiritual master has no business seeing him. Sometimes you say, I want to take darshan of Guru Maharaj. Okay, what will you do? You take darshan, but what will you do after meeting him? We should know this. We should have the questions that I want to ask this question here. We should have very clear in our mind. Sometimes, when Guru comes, then we are fumbling what question I should ask. We are confused. Our questions is also not appropriate. Especially Vashishika Maharaj, I have seen when somebody asks questions and somebody is just, asking question like a lecture. And then he says, can you make this short? Can you say it in a few words and clear? Like that. He says that. Can you make it short and clear? Then what do you want to know? You ask that. Don't tell me, the problems of your whole life and then tell me what should I do. No. So we have to be very clear in asking questions. That means we need to prepare. We need to prepare for it. I remember, now this is giving example from the material life, but we can learn from this. There was one person when, in India, there is something called good night. If you have heard this good night, right? Where this
Protect for
mosquito repellent. It's a new
Yes.
product which came in the market. This was made by Godrej at that time, many years ago. This I'm talking about what, 25, maybe more, almost 33 years ago. I'm talking about 34 years ago, around that time, 33 years ago. So the managing director of that company, his calendar is booked for whole year. Like you cannot get advance booking, because all the meetings are fixed. He's traveling so many places, and there was a person from India who was trying to seek his appointment. He said, "I want to get his appointment." He says, "Sorry, not available. Maybe after 12 months." He said, "That's too far." And basically, what they were making some kind of heating element, which heating element means what do you call? Which will heat that metal strip so that the chemical from that will evaporate and it will let the mosquito become like very they become they don't die actually, but they become
Doozy.
powerless. Yeah, they become drowsy. They become drowsy kind of things. So he wanted to get his appointment. He was not getting. So what he told the secretary, he probably knew the secretary. He said, "Give me his travel plan. Whenever he's traveling, he says he's traveling from London to Tokyo on this flight." So that person, to get the business, he booked the same flight. He had no business to go to Tokyo, but he booked the flight from London to Tokyo. He lives in India. Can you imagine? But he's taking the flight from in London to Tokyo. He goes to London, take the flight that he's taking, and books the seat next to him, and then he discusses this point. So that's the desperation by which I'm asking this question. So we should have the similar kind of thing that I want to spiritual upliftment. What kind of question I should ask? We should be prepared to meet our Guru Maharaj in that sense. So the example which I gave was material, but we can learn from these materialistic people how attached they are to their success, right? So we should be prepared to ask this kind of question. Otherwise, what's the point in meeting Guru Maharaj and asking all the materialistic questions? So that is no business. Prabhupada writes very clearly, we have no business to meet Guru Maharaj if we don't have such spiritual inquiry. We should not waste his time, right? So that's very important. So let's go to next verses. By your mercy. Now we are going to go back to the simple verses which are Anustup Chanda. So everybody can recite. Okay, Nand Vinod Prabhu, I see you are unmuted. You want to recite this verse?
Sure, Prabhu.
This is like Bhagavad Gita.
Parikshat Uvacha. Aho Adya Vayam Brahman Satsevya Kshatra Bandhava. Oh, I'm sorry,
This is
I don't
normal.
know. Normal.
Oh, Adya Vayam Brahman
Okay.
Satsevya, like that.
Parikshat Uvacha. Aho Adya Vayam Brahman Satsevya Shaktra Bandhava Kripaya Tita Rupena Bhavadistir Tirkaka Kritaha. Translation. The fortunate King Parikshit said, O Brahmana, by your mercy only you have sanctified us, making us like unto places of pilgrimage. all your presence, all by your presence here as my guest. By your mercy, we who are but unworthy royalty become eligible to serve the devotee. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada says that in a purport, Prabhupada books very beautiful points. See, Prabhupada says that saintly devotees like Sukdev Goswami generally do not approach worldly enjoyers, especially those in royal orders. Now, Parikshit Maharaj was a king, but he renounced as soon as he came to know that he is going to die in 7 days, right? So Sukdev Goswami does not meet people who are in royal orders or materialistic people. They want to meet people who really have some spiritual inquiry, right? So here we saw the example in Chaitanya Charitamrita that we have been reading is that even King Pratap Rudra was refused, to meet. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refused to meet him. He said, "No, I don't want to meet him." He met him only when he became a devotee. He was serving, he was sweeping, he was pressing the legs of, massaging the legs of Mahaprabhu, singing Gopi Geet. Then Mahaprabhu said, "Oh, who are you?" Then he embraced him. So this shows that the elevated advanced devotee have no business talking to people who are materialistically advanced. They think they are billionaire and all that. No, even if they meet, it is only for their perfection, upliftment, not for getting their money or all. It is never for that. They have no interest in all these things, right? Because Prabhupada says that, and one important point is made, which is for all of us, okay? He says, for a devotee who desires to go back to Godhead, two things are strictly prohibited. What are those two things? Worldly enjoyers and woman. These two things mean sense gratification and associating with woman or man, as the gender may be. These two must be avoided at all cost if you want to make advancement in spiritual life. If any of these, to even little bit of percentage there with us, it becomes difficult for us to make spiritual advancement. So we have to avoid this. And because of Sukdev Goswami's advancement, what Parikshit Maharaj is doing? Parikshit Maharaj, out of his devotional humility, felt himself unworthy, descendant of great Kshatriya forefather, although he was as great as his predecessor. So here, sometimes, we come with that, oh, I'm coming from this lineage, I'm from this family, so I'm advanced and all that. No, he's feeling even more humble that maybe my family is glorious, but I am not. He's having that humble mood. And only in such humble mood, one can perfect his life. Only in such humble mood. This humbleness is required to make advancement. Like we are reading Sanatan Goswami, how humble he is being seen, right? In Chaitanya Charitamrita, he is seen such a humble person. Though he has so much knowledge, but he's still behaving as he is very, very, very unintelligent person. So that's what the quality of an advanced devotee. They never say, I know so much. They never say, I know all these things. They never do that. They never do that. Right? So we can also develop such qualities that I have no knowledge, but through which we can learn so much. The moment you say, I know this, I have read this, then that takes away our learning opportunity, unfortunately. But today it is unfortunate that people want to show off their knowledge. I know this, I can recite these words so nicely. Everybody wants to try to get that glorious spotlight, limelight, but that does not help them advancing in the spiritual life. So that's what is happening here, Parikshit Maharaj. Parikshit Maharaj now further saying, simply remembering. So let's recite this verse again. Who would like to recite?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Rasraj Gopal Prabhu.
येषां संसरणात् सद् संसरणात् पुंसां सद्य शुद्ध्यन्ति वैग्रहा किं पुनर्दर्शनस्पर्श पादशौचाशनादिभिः. Simply by our remembering you, our houses become instantly sanctified. And what to speak of seeing you, touching you, washing your holy feet, and offering you a seat in our home.
Haribol. So this is such a beautiful verse, right? As soon as some saintly person comes in our home, what happens? our place, home becomes very purified. That's why we have to call Vaishnavas in our home. And Vaishnavas come in home where we keep it clean, where no meat is being eaten, no liquor is being done, no all the four regular principles are maintained. That's where the devotee comes, right? Therefore, we have to keep our home neat and tidy so we can welcome anyone anytime, right? And that's what Prabhupada is saying in the purport. See, there that we go to, materialistic people go to pilgrimage place. Like I will go to Haridwar. What? Oh, I want to dip in Ganga so I can give up all my sins. Because Ganga is purifying river. When you go into that, it will take away all the sins. But then the Ganga is becoming impure because all the sins are coming there. So what happens when the sages go, when they take bath, the Ganga becomes again pure because of that purity. So that's how the Ganga maintains its purity. The Dham, if you see, people do abominable activity in the Dham also. They don't respect the Dham, unfortunately, right? They come, they play loud music, they eat whatever they like, they behave as if they have come for anything. Now, people go after marriage in Vrindavan and all that for what? For enjoying? No, that's not a place for enjoying. That's for devotional service. So we should spend time there doing devotional activity. But people think we should go there. That's not right, right? If you are going for, even after marriage, you are going, if you are going for devotional and expecting that I want to do progress in devotional service as a family, perfectly all right, but not for sense enjoyment, right? So, by the grace of the devotees and saintly people, the dham becomes purified. Dham gets purified because of presence. Dham loses its value if the pure devotee don't live there. If the pure devotees stop living in the dham, then dham is no longer dham. It is just a place, it's a physical place. Therefore, whenever most of the people go into Vrindavan, what they see? Oh, they see probably there is a water, the dirty water flowing. We see garbage here and there. Why? Because we don't have even that vision to see the real Vrindavan. We see all these things because our consciousness is still not uplifted. So to uplift our consciousness, we have to give up that what we are seeing. We are not able to see Krishna and Balram. We can't see Radha Krishna there. Why? Because we are not qualified. Therefore, we see the garbage, we see the traffic, we see garbage, we see gutter flowing. All those things we'll see in the Dhavan, right? So we have to uplift our consciousness to see that. So whenever we next time we go to India, go to this dham, let us try to uplift our consciousness, right? By doing strict sadhana and following the orders of our spiritual master. Okay. Yeah, see here, there is important point is mentioned. I just want to highlight this. This is a very important point. Say whenever the only aim of such saint is to sanctify the houses of the householder. So whenever a saintly person comes in our home, it is not that they want to enjoy the luxuries or nice prasadam and the gift that we may give and all that. It is not for that. Please remember that. It is only for that they want to sanctify the house. That's why they go there, right? And the householder therefore should feel grateful when such saint and sages appear in their door. We should be very happy and feel I'm honored. I'm not qualified, but still this sage has come in my home. It is enjoined, therefore, that a householder who does not bow down before a saint at once must undergo fasting for the day in order to neutralize the great offense. So let's say a devotee comes in our home, we don't bow down. That means we have to fast for one day. Like we have to do Ekadashi. That's a prayaschit. That's an atonement we have to undergo. So therefore, it is very important that we bow down to any devotee who comes in our home. Pay respect to them. That's very important. Yeah. So this is like Vaishnava etiquette class, but that's important. Okay. So let's go next verse. Who would like to recite this? We have 6 more verses to complete this.
I'll recite that one for you.
Yes, Robert.
Sanidhyate Mahayogen Atakani Mahanti Api Sadhyo Nasyanti Vai Pumsham Vishnur Eva Suretaraha. Translation. Just as the atheist cannot remain in the presence of the personality of Godhead, so also the invulnerable sins of a man are immediately vanquished in your presence, O saint, O great mystic. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Robert. So here is given that, like, atheists cannot remain when there is a katha going on. If there is a katha going, if you bring atheists, what happens? They will go away. They cannot hear Hari's name. If you are able to chant Krishna's name, if you are able to Hari Katha, if you are able to read Bhagavatam, that means there is a blessing which has come from Krishna, from a devotee, that we are able to hear this. Otherwise, people cannot even hear the word of Krishna. So difficult. But we are fortunate that we have got this opportunity. So let us not waste this opportunity. It's such an important thing. Like, if, for example, as soon as we hear these words and all that, all our sins goes away. So we remember, right? We spoke about this, that one person was haunted by a ghost, right? And because ghost cannot enjoy these senses, whole ghost has to get into somebody else's body to enjoy the sense gratification. So he somehow got hold of one person who was unclean at the time, and then he used to enjoy through him. And he had warned the person, if you don't come here every night, then I will kill you. But once that person comes, and he had some Bhagavad Gita shlok in his pocket, and then ghost was not able to come close to him, because yes, you have got something in your pocket, please take that out. Then he understood this is what it is, and once he understood this is Bhagavad Gita shlok, because of which he is not able to come, he started reading Bhagavad Gita and become a devotee. So this is what happens when auspicious names are invoked. All the evil elements don't stay near. Ghosts don't stay near, right? So therefore, we should make sure that we hear all these things. This is very important for all of us. Yeah. Okay. So Prabhupada writes, in that one is recommended, therefore, to associate only with saintly devotees, so that worldly demons and ghosts cannot exert their sinister influence. You see, this is the point. If you stay with the saintly people, then all these ghostly people will not stay with us. They won't be there. Okay, let's go to next, Harify. Okay, Jai Shri Radha, you want to say?
अपि मे भगवान् प्रिय कृष्ण पाण्डु सुत प्रिय पितृस्वस्वेय प्रीत्यर्थ तत्कोत्रस्यात् बान्धव. Translation. Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who is very dear to the sons of King Pandu, has accepted me as one of those relatives just to please his great cousin and brothers.
Thank you. So here, this is a very beautiful point made in the Purport, dear devotees. Very beautiful point. Please pay attention to this. Okay, so what he's saying is that in Purport, Srila Prabhupada says, a pure and exclusive devotee of the Lord serves his family interest more dexterously than others who are attached to illusory family affairs. Now tell me, explanation comes later, but I want to ask questions. How can we think the devotee is serving the family better than a person who's earning lakhs and lakhs of rupees for family and serve them? But one is a devotee, one is earning a lot of money and feeding his family, taking care of family, but one is a devotee. How is that? Can somebody explain?
How is that what?
So how he is better? How the devotee is better than the person who's earning more money and serving his family?
Because the devotee is giving real solutions to problems, permanent solutions, whereas the millionaire, is giving temporary solutions to material misery. Right?
Very good. Yes, very right. Yes, he's giving permanent solution. And as we know in Prahlad Maharaj's chapter in the 7th canto, that what is nothing they're saying? That When a pure devotee appears in one family, 21 generation gets liberated. 21 generation. So that means he is a real well-wisher of the family, though he may not be earning lakhs and lakhs of rupees. But one may be millionaire, but he cannot liberate his family. Then what's the use of that person? So real purpose of our life is to liberate ourselves and also take care of our family, to take them back to God. So if you really love our family, then we should become such a wonderful devotee that we can liberate all of them.
Prabhu, the Sanskrit is wrong. What you're showing here is Sanidyate Mahayogin, but in my copy it's Api Me Bhagavan Prita.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Sorry, I think I made. Thank you.
Yeah, you didn't change it.
Yeah, I did not change it. Okay. Oh, we are reading. Sorry, we were reading 35.
35. Yeah, the Sanskrit for 35.
Yeah, it's not correct. Yes.
Yeah.
We need to fix it. Thank you.
Mhm.
Yeah. So here, it is very important that we become a wonderful devotee, so we can serve our family by becoming a devotee. People generally think that if somebody is not earning and all that, he's a useless person, right? But if we become a devotee and if we earn moderately also, we are still a better person, because we are able to help them liberate. We can bring them to Krishna consciousness. We can show them by example. A lot of question comes in Amarendra Prabhu's call, right? That Prabhu, this is what is the problem, what should I do, and all that. And Amarendra Prabhu gives the right solution. You become a devotee, automatically others will follow you. You become a nice devotee. Don't hate the people who are non-devotee. Many times people start thinking, my parents are non-devotee, my siblings are not devotee, what should I do? No, you become a wonderful devotee, automatically they will come. Automatically they will. Don't hate them. In fact, show such statesmanship that they will inspire to take to Krishna consciousness, not that they stay away or go away from this process. We should inspire them. So that's what it is. So that's what Prabhupada writes. The Lord gives special protection to the family members and descendants of a devotee, even though such members are themselves non-devotees. So if we are a devotee, even our family members are protected. Just think about it, everyone. Think about this. Our parents who may not be chanting, who may not be able to read it for whatever reason, even they get protection because we are a devotee. So therefore, we should strive to become wonderful devotee. That should be our goal. We should all strive to become wonderful devotee. Okay, let's go to verse 36. Okay.
Krishna Prabhu. Akshay wants to read, Prabhu.
Yes, please go ahead, Akshay.
Thanks, Prabhuji. Anyata te vittatir darshanam na katam nyanam nitaram vriyamananam samsiddhayasya vani yasas. Otherwise, without being inspired by Lord Krishna, how is it that you have voluntarily appeared here, though you are moving incognito to the common man and are not visible to us? Who are you who are on the verge of death?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Veda. So here, see, Parikshit Maharaj is saying, how without inspiration from Krishna you have come here? Nothing happens coincident. Oh, we met coincident. No, it's an arrangement of Krishna. That's why we met. We have to understand this. Sometimes we think that we met accidentally. There's no accident. There is always a higher power in place which is making all these arrangements. Very important to understand, right? Like, for example, we have some, like all of you connected into Krishna consciousness through some reason, right? Somebody gave you class of Amrinda Prabhuji, somebody give you a book, somebody give you a prasad. It could be anything. Why only you were attracted? Why only that person came and gave it to you? They're giving it to so many people, but you got attracted because they gave you a book, they spoke to you a nice word, and now you connected. And you have become a wonderful devotee. Why? Because Krishna wants us to become a devotee, therefore his blessing comes. So even Parikshit Maharaj wanted to get liberated, and therefore Krishna arranged that Sukdev Goswami should come there and speak Bhagavatam so that Parikshit Maharaj can come to him. This is arrangement of Krishna. Always this happens. So nothing happens without the mercy of Krishna. Nothing happens without sanction of Krishna. Right? So this is a very important, and Prabhupada makes this point here, that the great sage Sukadeva Goswami was certainly inspired by Lord Krishna to appear voluntarily before Maharaj Parikshit to give him the teachings of Srimad Bhagavatam. Krishna inspired him to go there. My devotee wants to come back, please speak Bhagavatam to him. Then only one can come back. Otherwise, it is very difficult. We cannot. Right. So this, the hand of Krishna is very much important to know. So Prabhupada is concluding this purpose, saying that the conclusion is that to get the assistance and help of a bona fide spiritual master means to receive the direct help of the Lord himself. Wow, this is such an amazing, profound statement being made. Can you understand this, all of you? I'll read it again because this is very important. To get the assistance and help of a bona fide spiritual master means to receive the direct help of the Lord himself. That means if we are getting a guidance from our spiritual master, it is the Krishna who is giving us his guidance to come to him. Right? So that's the reason why we should always obey the orders of the spiritual master. Now we understand why we should obey. Isn't it? Earlier it was like, okay, Guru has told, I will do it. But now we know that why Guru is telling. Why? Because Krishna is telling us this message through the Guru. And Guru is none other than representative of Krishna himself. So there is no difference. If Guru tells us, we just do that. If Krishna tells us something and we don't do it, Krishna is okay. But if Guru tells us if we do it, Krishna is not okay. Therefore, we should always follow the instruction of our Guru Maharaj. Very, very important point. Very beautiful point made by Srila Prabhupada here. All right, let's go to next verse. Now the questions. What are the questions asking? Let's go ahead and read this. Okay. Anybody would like to recite? Right, you know. Okay.
So one is
Okay, I can go ahead.
Yes, Archana Mata, go ahead.
Okay. Atah pritchami sansidham yoginam param. Sorry, Prabhu, I'll repeat.
This is normal Bhagavad Gita, Maharaj.
Okay. Atah pritcha. How is it, Prabhu? Atah
Ata
pritchami.
pruchami samsiddhim.
Okay. Atah pritchami sansiddhim yoginam param gurum पुरुषे सह यत्कार्यं म्रियमाणस्य सर्वथा. Translation. You are the spiritual master of great saints and devotees. I am therefore begging you to show the way of perfection for all persons and especially for one who is about to die. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So these are the two questions that he asked earlier, right? So there was a confusion among all the sages. Remember, we discussed about that. There are sages were confused at what they should do. But here, Parikshit Maharaj is putting the same question back to the Sukadeva Goswami, so that they get the right answer. Earlier, there was no clarity. Somebody saying, do this yoga, do this. There were confusion. There was no unanimity. There was no consensus among all the sages. Though they were all advanced, no question on that. But still there were no consensus. But here, he's asking the same question again. Those two questions that Parikshit Maharaj asked. So now let's see what the response comes. Let's go further. Okay, would like to recite this? Oh, this is also not correct. Yeah, here. This
I can try, Prabhu.
Yeah, please go ahead. This is Bhagavad Gita, simple.
Yat shrotavyam ato japyam yat kartavyam nirbhi prabhu smartavyam bhajaniyam va bruhi yadiva viparyaham. Translation. Please let me know what a man should hear, chant, remember, and worship, and also what he should not do. Please explain all this to me. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Parikshit Maharaj is further asking that what he should hear, chant, remember, worship, and also very important, what he should not do. Sometimes we ask only what to do, right? But we should also know what not to do. These both are important. Like when we are not well, the doctor prescribes some medicine, he says do this, and there's also something not to do. Don't do this, right? Both things have to be done. If you just keep taking medicine, but if you don't follow not to do, then it won't, the effect maybe take a longer time. But if you do both do's and don'ts, then effect is much faster. So both are required. Therefore, we have like, what we should do, we should chant, we should read prasadam, we should hear Bhagavatam, we should read Bhagavatam, and we should also not do gambling, not do the do's and don'ts. Both have to be done in spiritual life. Both are important. Both are equally important for advancement in spiritual life. So both are required. So Parishit Maharaj is very intelligent and asking both. Tell me what should I do and what should I not do. All right. 39. Okay. Anybody like to recite this verse?
Hare Krishna, bro. I can.
Yes, please go ahead. Yes, Raj Gopal.
Nunam Bhagavato Brahman Graheshu Grahamedinam Na Lakshyate Hai Avesthanam Api Go Dohanam Kvachit. O powerful Brahmana, it is said that you hardly stay in the houses of men long enough to milk a cow. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So how long a sages stay at the place of person? A cow's milk. How much time it takes? Maybe 15-20 minutes at max. Right? So that only that much time they stay at any grihastha's home. The saintly, sannyasis, they would stay only that much time. They have no other business. Because if they stay longer, what happens? Attachment increases. Attachment increases. Oh, he's serving me very nicely. He's giving me nice cushion sitting. He's offering me nice prasadam. He has got nice home. All these attachment, you never know. Attachments are very dangerous. So, Prabhupada writes in the purport, the saint and sages in the renounced order, means sannyasis, right, of life, go to houses of the householder at the time they milk the cows early in the morning and ask for some quantity of milk for subsistence. A pound of milk fresh from the milk bag of a cow is sufficient to feed an adult with all vitamin values, and therefore saints and sages live only on milk. They only drink milk, so they just want that fresh milk. They take it, and that's it. All right. So now look at the wealth of our forefathers. He says, even the poorest of the householder keep at least 10 cows, each delivering to 20 quarts of milk. 12 to 20 quarts of milk. Just imagine 10 cows. The poorest person used to keep 10 cows. Now the wealthiest people don't even have a cow. They don't have a single cow. We go to this, there is a farm here, Gir farm in Kerala. They have got such amazing, Gir cows, very beautiful. They take so nice care of all of them, are wonderfully treated, and they are taken care so nicely, right? And that Prabhuji lives only on cow's milk and the farming that he does. It's so amazing. And he's been here in Toronto for last 45 years. 45 years. So his Guru Maharaj told him to do this cow seva, and he started doing that. So this is what happens when Guru tells, and if we do it, then we get full empowerment. We get all the blessings, all the things happen very nicely. For example, he is now trying to sell this milk in open market. Open market, it will go to most of the devotees. So it's called ahimsa milk, non-violent milk. Ahimsa milk means that he do not send any of his cow, regardless of their condition. If they are sick, he will treat them. If they are not giving milk, he will still feed them, but let them leave the body naturally. That is called ahimsa milk. Either it's a male or female, doesn't matter. Both of them are treated very nice. So it's called ahimsa milk, means non-violent milk. Now to get that is they call non-cruelty milk, right? To get the non-cruelty milk, he had to fight so much with the government, with the authorities to get that label that this is non-cruelty milk and I want to sell this. People are not even approving. For so many years he has to fight, and finally he got approval that okay, you can do this. But if you want to sell any meat and all that, no license. Everybody will give you license. Yeah, go ahead and kill cows and butcher them and then sell that. No problem. But to protect the cows, to save them, and then sell the milk in a rightful way, there's so much opposition. You see? So, so we get that milk, you know, sometimes, oh my God, you can't imagine, dear devotees. It's so amazing. We can send you pictures of the curd that we make in home. It's a golden color. It's so beautiful. We made kheer the other day. It looks like so tasty. It's very beautiful. So you can imagine the pure cow milk is so good, nourishing to our children. Nourishing to our children. And he was mentioning that the pure cow milk is so good for our brain. The tissue, the brain tissue, they get really nicely developed if we give them the pure milk. So we should try to give our children the best at the young age when they are young, and we should give this milk. Very beautiful. If you are able to get that, I know sometimes people get it from, where is that called? Gitanagari. But that's very far. But yeah, that those kind of milk, which is especially ahimsa milk, non-cruelty milk, is very good. So yeah, we had the fortune to get milk sometimes. And here it talks about how the poorest of the person in India had so many cows at that time. If today somebody has 10 cows, that may we'll consider them a rich, isn't it? Because keeping 10 cows is not easy. But that time it was qualified as the poorest of the poor. Okay. Okay, let's go to last verse of this today. No, 40. Okay. Okay, last verse. Who would like to conclude the chapter and the canto?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mata, go ahead.
सूत उवाच एवमाभाषितपृष्टः सराज्ञा श्लक्ष्णया गिरा प्रत्यभाषत धर्मज्ञो भगवान् बादरायणिः. Sri Suta Goswami said, the king thus spoke and questioned the sage, using sweet language. Then the great and powerful personality, the son of Vyasadeva, who knew the principles of religion, began his reply. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The purport says thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport of the first canto, 19th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled The Appearance of Sukadeva Goswami, and of the first canto. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So see, here we can see the word used are very nice. We can see that Parikshit Maharaj questioned the sage using sweet language. Sweet language, right? So we should always use the nice word to even ask questions, even to our children, younger children, elder children, doesn't matter. Always use sweet words. You know, we may be able to get things done by speaking sweetly. You know, something that love can get done, even the gun cannot do. The forces cannot achieve that. Through love, we can achieve so many things. Therefore, we should adopt the path of love. And we have come to an end of our great milestone, one of the milestones. We have many more to go, but at least the first milestone of finishing one canto. Systematically study, it took maybe more than 2 years to finish here, but somehow we have reached. So I'm very happy that you all have given all of you have given your support and joining these discussions in person earlier, now online, and tolerating me for so many years speaking. So I'm very grateful to all of you that we achieved this milestone today. So thank you very much, all of you.
Thank you.
Very happy for all of you. So now Sukadeva Goswami will reply to your answer to this question raised by Parikshit Maharaj. So we'll begin the second canto from next week. So we'll pause here. Today we took a little more time, but thank you for staying. All of you stayed here, so I really appreciate. And we'll see you all next week. But before that, if anybody has any question or comment or any correction, then whatever we have studied, let's take that. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. The only comment is back then, in those Vedic times, it really must have been quite a spectacle. Like in this instance, to see Sukadeva Goswami, a 16-year-old boy, coming into this assembly of all these really probably older rishis and sages, that must have really been something to see. Similarly, Krishna looks like a 14-year-old boy, right? And then and Narada Muni in his past life, he was 5 years old and just went walking. That's really spectacular. Not just what they did, but what they looked like. It's interesting. That's must have been an amazing sight to see.
No, absolutely. I mean, seeing Sukdev Goswami sitting on a Vyasasan, addressing the assembly, and who are in assembly? Vyasadev ji is there, his spiritual master. Narad Muni, Vyasadev ji spiritual master, and all the great sages who are sitting and listening. So it's absolutely a feast for the eyes to see this kind of assembly. It's such a feast. Absolutely, yes. Thank you for that reflection. Thank you very much. Yes. Ram Krishna Prabhu or Mataji, I don't know who is there.
Hey Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhu, I have two questions if we have time.
Yes, go ahead.
So the first question is, Prabhu, when you were telling that we have to pay obeisances to a Vaishnava, if we forget to do that, then we'll face a lot of
We have to do
calamity.
an atonement, yeah.
Yes, yeah. So what happened is during the Vyas Puja, there was a great pure devotee. You would know His Grace Bhagavat Ashraya Prabhu. He's very dear to my Guru Maharaj, is what Guru Maharaj said. So when Prabhu was going, I paid obeisances. So when I stood up, he said, "Don't pay obeisances next time before me. If you want to do it when I'm not seeing you."
Okay.
So I was very scared. Now my thought was, did I make a mistake by doing, or did I offend the Vaishnava by doing this, or what is right? Like, did I do it? Probably did I commit an offense?
No. See, it's not an offense. See, we did the right etiquette, but sometimes the devotee don't want that respect and say, "Don't glorify me by paying obeisance." They don't want. So, which is their desire, right? So, which is fine. We don't have to do that. But you do it when he is not being seen. He's not seeing us. Then we can do it. He allowed that, right? Do it when I'm not seeing. Correct?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So that you can do. Generally, what happens when there's also another reason when someone bows down to you, we are supposed to bow down to them also, right? And it is definitely they may not like to bow down to everybody who bow down to them. So that's why they might be saying, just pay obedience to me whenever I am not seeing you, and that's the only reason, Madhu. You did not commit any offense, so don't worry about that. So all fine.
Thank you,
Prabhu.
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Prabhu, my next question is about when I meet relatives, to spend more time with them, or to be, what do you say, to be at home with them. What I do is I watch movies with them, so that they be comfortable with me, and they feel they are happy with me and all. But I know within my heart that I am not happy doing that. I'm happy when I attend a Harikatha or when I attend a class. I don't want to watch a movie. But what happens is, one side of my mind says that to make them feel comfortable, you have to watch movies with them. So it's okay, let's do it. So how to deal such a situation, Prabhu?
Yes, it depends what kind of movie. If you are looking at movie, we have to sometimes, we need not watch all the time, but maybe once, if you want, you can go there just to pacify them.